If I'm allowed to this and that, I feel right at home with Curty. Whether it was on a softball field, whether it was on a football field, it was a great day when him, John, and them guys got together to play flag. It was surprisingly that he did, because as big and as strong as he seemed to be, I'm not quite sure if he was all that. But he put in a great day every time he played at the flag leg.
Curty Myers, defensive end for Midtown Marauders. Well, you know, I played softball for the longest time. A couple of the guys, you know, I know he was playing, especially Alton. He kept bugging me about coming out playing with him. So I said, all right, well, I'll go out. So I went out and checked it out first, you know what I mean? And I thought, well, you saw these guys say about flag football not being, you know, straight up. Well, it's more than any flag football. So I said, you know what, I kind of like that, you know what I mean? Get out here on Saturday and take a little frustration out and stuff. And it was a little bit bangier than what I thought it was, but once I started, man, I enjoyed it.
I call him Curtis because he'd always say, Douglas, call me Douglas. And we got Curty, Alton brought him over, but him and Alton, it was always funny, you know. Alton would say, come on, we need some heat up there. And he'd turn around and he'd always get that hand going, just worry about what you're doing back there.
Any certain move you would go to?
Well, I just try to beat him on the outside, because back then I had, you know, I wasn't as heavy. I had a little bit of speed to me, you know what I mean? So I just, you know, try to maneuver around them. Can't go up against some of them like Benner and them. They elbow you in the throat and everything else, you know what I mean? You just had to do what you had to do.
It's not the kill, it's the thrill of the chase.
Curty Myers was one of those tweeners. He was not as big as a big guy, and he was not as small as the little fast guys. Curty was in between, but seemed to be able to do both of those.
Curty Myers played on Midtown and went down to the States with us one year. And we were getting beat at halftime, and we come back and beat them.
And at the end of the game, Curty, he not only knocked the ball down, but he intercepted it on probably the last play, competitive play of the game.
I knocked that ball, intercepted, and then Ambrose scored. And I thought we weren't gonna get out of that place. And then motherfuckers all the way around the top and all. I said, damn, I didn't think we was getting out there.
And I remember us trying to shake hands with all the other people and get out of there, because it was one of those places. But Curty, competitive, could step it up when he needed to step it up, had a little bit of fire in him, like, you know what I mean, like fighting fire. Like, you didn't want to mess with Curty and get him ticked off.
She was my bodyguard, though. I know a couple times, anybody knows me, and we went to the States, or, you know, there's kind of games I'd always get in a scuffle. And one time I remember getting into it with someone down on the ground. Every time I stood up, I'd get punched in the head or kicked, and Curtis would say, stay down, Douglas, stay down. I'd get up and he'd just shake his head at me and he'd say, if you do it again, you're on your own.
I'd just probably like to thank the whole team of Marauders, the coaches, Pickle Socks, all them guys, and Potter Off and them guys, for giving me a chance to play with them, and, you know, the opportunity to play with a team like they had and everything, and learn from them and everything, and it was a lot of fun.